Alright, this lesson is on trig results or exact values or angles of any magnitude. So on our unit circle, you know that we are starting at 0 here, goes up to 90 degrees here, or pi on 2 radians, around to 180 degrees or pi radians, around to 270 degrees or 3 pi on 2, and then back to 360 degrees or 2 pi radians. Remember, any angles are measured from the horizontal, up or down, and from this horizontal as well, down. So in the second quadrant here, the angle is going to be pi minus theta. In the third quadrant here, the angle is going to be pi plus theta, and in the fourth quadrant here, it'll be 2 pi minus theta. So that's important to know. Okay, now you might remember this diagram from last year. Now the little markings here represent 30 degrees, 45 and 60. So 30 degrees, 45 and 60. Then obviously at the top 90 degrees. So this is all degrees, but let's change those now to radians, because in year 12 everything is in radians. So pi on 6, pi on 4, pi on 3, and pi on 2. Alright, now, this is where it's going to get a little bit trickier and where your knowledge of fractions will certainly help. Alright, over here we've got pi radians. So, can you see that there are this angle here and this angle here are the same? So, that means this angle going all the way around there would be 180 minus 30 degrees, or 150 degrees. Now, what is that in radians? Remember, to convert degrees to radians, you times by pi on 180. So times by pi on 180 and simplify, and you get 5 pi on 6. So I'll just put that over here. Okay, do the same thing for, you can see that angle there, oh, I can't really see that colour. That angle there and that angle there are both 45 degrees, which makes this angle around there 180 minus 45, which is 135 degrees. And in radians, that is... Okay, so 135 degrees is 3 pi and 4. Okay, similarly, we've got another angle... Where did I got red? Green, let's try green. Can you see that angle there is 60 degrees, and so is that angle there, which means that angle there, 180 minus 60, which is 120 degrees, and 120 degrees is 120 pi on 180 radians, which simplifies to 2 pi on 3. Okay, you can do the same thing all the way around the circle. Okay, so then you got this little angle in here, that's 30 degrees. So this angle ends up being 180 plus 30 degrees, which is 210 degrees. And 210 degrees is how many radians? Well, times by pi on 180 and simplify, and you get 7 pi on 6. Likewise, this angle from here to here is 45 degrees, which will make the angle all the way around 180 plus 45, which is 225 degrees. Change that to radians, times by pi on 180 and simplify, and you get 5 pi on 4. Okay. This angle in here is 60 degrees, so all the way around from here, it's going to be 180 plus 60 degrees, which is 240 degrees. And converting that to radians, times by pi on 180 and simplify, and you get 4 pi on 3. Okay, down the bottom here, that's 270 degrees, remember, or 3 pi on 2. It's one of our boundary angles. Alright, and then now into the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, remember, angles are measured from the horizontal going down. So we'll start with this one here. That angle is 60 degrees. So it's going to be 360 degrees minus 60 degrees, which is 300 degrees. Change that to radians. by timesing by pi and 180 and simplifying, you get 5 pi on 3. This angle from here to here is 45 degrees. So the whole angle going all the way around from here to here would be 180 minus 45, which is 315 degrees. And converting that to radians, times by pi and 180 and simplify, and that is 7 pi and 4 radians. And the last angle there is 30 degrees. That little angle there is 30 degrees. So the angle going all the way around there is going to be 360 minus 30, which is 330 degrees, times by pi and 180 to convert to radians, and you get 11 pi on 6 radians. Now, you don't need to memorize all of this, so long as you understand the process of how I got each of those angles in radians. That will really help. Values. Now, you learnt them all when they were in degrees, 30, 45, 60 degrees. Now you just need to learn them in radians. So remember, 30 degrees is pi on 6, 45 is pi on 4, and 60 degrees is pi on 3. So I always just remember those two there. The denominator is the opposite to the first number there, and 45 is just pi on 4. Okay, so learn and pi minus pi on 3. It helps if you draw a diagram here. Pi, remember, is over here. Minus pi on 3 means you are subtracting an angle of pi on 3. Now, pi on 3 is 60 degrees. So if you want, you can convert everything back to degrees, if that helps, or you can practice doing it in radians. Alright, so if you did want to convert it to degrees, this would be 180 minus 60. So 180 minus 60 is 120, so we're doing sine of 120. Now remember, all stations to central. Sine in the second quadrant is positive, and the related angle would be 60 degrees. We already really had it there for us. So sine 60